All right, we live. Sorry I was late. My computer just decided that it was just time to update. So waiting for us to go live over on Sportscaster. So bear with me. Make sure this go live. So probably gonna take a second. But shout out to Bobby Swag. He already in the chat. So I just started it up. So let's see if it catch on. If not, got the redo stream Sportscaster. I ain't really mastered it yet, but hopefully I can master it in the next couple days. There we go. There we go. We're about to start over there. So if you have not um, followed me on Sportscaster, check me out over there. All my streams that I'm doing is going to be over there from the Motor City Sports Talk, Goodfellas Sports, regular Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. If you want to watch and follow me at Sportscaster, that link's in the description. Let me double check and make sure I did it right this time. So give me a minute. Give me a minute. So make sure I did it right. Give me a minute. Yes, it's the first link. So if you're a creator or you aspiring content creator, check out Sportscaster, Sports CASTR. They monetize from day one. They pretty much knew of me. I got put on from another content creator that worked for him. So I'm always, me and Lion Killer, check his channel out, Lion Killer Podcast on YouTube. He got one too. He gonna start doing Sportscaster too. We just always looking for alternatives to YouTube because you don't want to put your chips in one bucket. So even before we got flagged for not being able to go live on Goodfellas Sports, I was pretty much headed over there regardless. So I mean, God works in mysterious ways, or whoever you believe in works in mysterious ways. Let me share this to let everybody know we live on the other one. Then we will be live. Hold on. All right, we are live, and the Colts are down 7-0 to the Titans. So that's new. General Pendant, salute. Are you streaming? He said, "Are you streaming on Sportscast or both? Both of them. We streaming on both of them. I'm on both of them. My Facebook. I got like 11,000 followers. The thing with Facebook is that they pick and choose who you see and who you don't see. So you can have 3,000 people that you follow on Facebook, but the way that they algorithm work, you won't see them all. So when you look at your news feed or you look at your like page, let's say you send a status out or you send on your like page, you send a video or a post out. It's not going to get to all 11,000 plus followers I got on Facebook or my 3,000. It got an algorithm that it choose who is going to reach. And that's one of the reasons I don't do Facebook Watch. I built that page up. I did that before YouTube, but that is what it is. But you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description on YouTube. If you want to follow me on Sportscasters, just Goodfellas Sports TV on Twitter, Goodfellas Sports TV on Instagram, and it's the THA Boxing Clinic on Facebook, which I don't do much stuff over there no more. But also we got a Facebook group, that link's in the description on YouTube. If you're following us on YouTube, we are on Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. I cannot go live on Goodfellas Sports. Other than that, you want to make a donation, best way to donate is share the video. Follow me on Sportscast. It's another great way to donate. Follow me on Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. It's another great way to donate. We did monetize that channel, so shout out to my Canadian brother who gave me the channel. I bought it from him. I don't want shit for free, but appreciate him. And pretty much what we got today is that Bob Arum told Boxing News 24/7 that if Kell Brook was to defeat Crawford on Saturday, that basically they want to do Kell Brook and Pacquiao. Also, the Canelo Plant situation. I got some more news that came in. Wilder has went to mediation to make the Fury fight, force him to fight him. We also get to talk about Tank and Mayweather and And Tiffany Lopez was so funny. I was in one of the Facebook groups on YouTube. I've been in this one for a minute. Sports Global Elite. They got a good following. It's a lot of people from Milwaukee in there. So shout out to Milwaukee. So appreciate them. And me and somebody else got into it. Roger, salute. Facts Tellerman, salute. But if you do want to donate, my PayPal, my Cash App going across your screen, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description on YouTube. But appreciate any way you donate, share, follow, subscribe. I don't care. But I appreciate the donations that I do get. Sturdy Q, salute. What's going on? Kobe 2K fan, salute. I thought you was a light-skinned brother, dog. I don't know why. You kind of paint this picture of people in your head. So next time I'm in New York, I'm going to have to mess with Kobe 2K fan when we get back to regular proceedings. I love going to the Barclays Center and to Madison Square Garden. I've pretty much been fortunate to go to both. Madison Square Garden has got this mystique about it. But Leather, salute. But let's get into it. All right. Start off with Crawford. Basically, I pull this back up. Oh shit! The Titans are already going for it on 4th down. He got it. Like Taylor almost got stopped. Let me pull it up. I was supposed to start earlier. Then this computer wanted to update. Man, you get tired of a PC, dude. I gotta give me a Mac. So it's on Boxing News 24/7, not Boxing 24/7. I thought they was the same thing for some reason. It says Bob Arum says that he could make Kell Brook Pacquiao next year if Brook beats Quarter. Arum was speaking to Sun Sports, says he might look into matching Brook with superstar Pacquiao next year if Brook can do what he says he would do and pull off the upset win over defending WBO title holder Terrence Crawford. He said, we tried to match Terrence with Manny Pacquiao. That fight was going to be held in Qatar, whatever that is, Qatar, in November. Arum said, but then the Minister of Health there said we couldn't get gate because COVID, it was too dangerous. So the fight disappeared. All right, all that mush. But if you want the article link, I'll put it in the chat. So give me a minute. Let me put that in the chat so you guys can see it. So gives me a break. Hold on. Put it in the chat. So here we go. There we go. So if you want to read that, but my whole thing is with Bob Arum admitting that Terrence Crawford could be leaving and going to PBC, and Terrence Crawford saying he got a few months left. Ravens fans, salute. I mean, my whole thing is this. It's cool, but we know how he get down, a.k.a. DL McQueen. Now, if you ain't played Fight Night for Champions, you probably don't know who DL McQueen is. That's Bob Arum. And Bob Arum loves what Bob orders, WBO belt. And could Kell Brook do it? I mean, we've seen stranger things in 2020, all right? Anything can happen, from the COVID to them killer bees that came from Asia to, we just lost 2 rappers, Mo, and we also lost King Von, which I wasn't familiar with none of their work. So I'm not into, the current rap. I be trying to get up to listen to projects, but I just can't. So I'm still listening to, Wu-Tang. I'm still listening to Nas, Jay. I'm still listening to Rakim and, all them type of dudes. So it's hard to kind of get me to listen to a project if it ain't really Kendrick Lamar. And that's being honest. And I still ain't listen to the Big Sean project. I listen to a little bit of Buster, but I prefer my hip-hop post 2010. Right around that area. So, but, Kell Brook is a good 1-2 puncher. I think like everybody else, he underestimating Terrence Crawford's size. And you get that when you don't know nothing about physique. See, I remember, and I always go back to this fight, and I was younger and I was about to watch Jeff Lacey and Joe Calzaghe, and you look at, they stopped Martin in the backfield this time. So on 4th down. But you look at Jeff Lacey and you think he built like he ripped up and he built like a tank. He was going to tear Calzaghe up, and he got beat up. So when you're looking at physique, look at the legs of Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. That's the real strength. Chest is nice. The bench is for fun. The curls is for fun. If you want to be a strong individual, it starts from the core, from the legs to the core. Everything else will fall in line. Your back, your delts, your triceps, all that's cool. Those for the looks. Your true strength comes from the stomach down to your feet. And if I had to give you another body part that people don't work on, it's your grip. Your grip is more important than anything damn near you're doing. That grip and that core is underrated. So you always work on your grip because your grip is really the foundation of you lifting. But look at Crawford legs. Crawford got some big legs. Manny Pacquiao got them Chun-Li legs. That's where that power come from. All that coming into heavy to fight. When somebody think about coming in heavy and overhydrating, they worried about having either a size advantage or they worried about taking punishment. Now we can rewind back to Nonito Donaire in the New UI. He put on that weight to take punishment. That's all that boiled down to, and to absorb the punishment. Now is Kell Brook putting on the weight to absorb the punishment or is he putting on the weight to try to press forward and lean on Terrence Crawford? Some of the strongest people is slender built people. You know what I'm saying? And you don't necessarily have to be slim. Not those Ronnie Coleman, muscle bound. A lot of them dudes can't take it on the chin, as we've seen with Jeff Lacey. A lot of those muscle bound dudes got a weak chin and they can't go. But when you got a dude that got the body that you can tell with her pop, he got the wide shoulders, but everything lean in, you can be 275. I've seen people right around the 270 mark, 300-pound mark with that body style. It's really that lean, long limbs. And if they put on a nice coat, they put on a nice hoodie and a nice sweatsuit, you really wouldn't know how strong they is unless they took their shirt off, if you seen them in action. And Crawford got that body type. He's sturdy. He a strongly built brother, and I think Kell Brook is underestimating that. People want to say, "Oh, he got a weak chin." A lot of great fighters, Pernell Whitaker, Trinidad, they were known for hitting the canvas. Hitting the canvas don't necessarily mean you got a weak chin. Sometimes you get guys like Trinidad that hit the canvas where his people would say, and a lot of boxing aficionados say he had bad balance. Then you got the guys that hit the canvas early on that probably come out cold and they don't warm up. So when they get hit, they hit the canvas. Would you say Marquez had a glass chin? Absolutely not. But Pacquiao knocked him down like 3 or 4 times in the first round in one of those fights. I think it might have been the first one until he got warmed up. So Muhammad Ali hit the canvas from a lot of lesser opponents. Don't mean he didn't have a jaw. So you got to understand the difference from a chin problem is Amir Khan. A chin problem is Fernando Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? So you keep going. Those are chin problems. Anthony Joshua, you hear all these stories about him getting knocked down in the gym, him getting knocked down by Andy Ruiz. That's the definition of a chin problem. If Terrence Crawford had a weak chin, what we going to see when he faced Kell Brook? Because Kell Brook ain't nothing but a 1-2 puncher. He could throw a hook. He could throw an uppercut. It's cool. But he's a 1-2 puncher. You know what I'm saying? And that's his bread and butter. He don't have no feet. He ain't slick. He's a 1-2 puncher. He has 4 inches of reach disadvantage. So he talking about I'm gonna come in. He coming in to absorb punishment. You know what I'm saying? And try to walk Terrence Crawford down. And was I surprised about a performance he had versus Errol Spence? No, I wasn't a believer at the time of Errol Spence. So I figured him coming down, he might have and he landed a lot of good shots on Errol Spence. Now, he fought somebody like Keith Thurman, he probably would have ended up on the canvas a lot earlier. Kell Brook has a style where a dude that's going to move like Mayweather or that's going to be slick like Crawford or Keith Thurman, he going to get them dudes type of problems. He going to get those dudes problems. Even though, like, if you put Mikey in there with Terrence, he might give a better account of himself versus Terrence than he did with Errol Spence. Some guys, Errol Spence, going to look better than against Keith Thurman, like Leonard Bundu. Styles make fights. Some dudes Crawford a fight that he have issues with that Errol Spence will watch. And it's some dudes that Crawford a fight and beat him and look easy that Errol Spence had issues with. That's just the name of boxing. It depends on what your primary style is. But if Bob Arum do it, I mean, Crawford can't leave no doubt. This can't be one of those fights where he get in there and he don't beat Crawford and he don't go for the kill. Watch Red Girl salute. No done. No that dumb punt salute. So appreciate the whistle. Elway or Highway salute. So I'm talking to people on K Rocket fan salute on Sportscastr because you can't see him come up on my screen on YouTube, but he gotta be himself. Crawford probably one of the better finishers that you'll see today. You got some guys that finish in boxing that won't finish. You see Mayweather, he talking my hands is hurting. Crawford is willing to take punishment to finish the fight, to finish a fight early. He a good finisher. I mean, when you got 72-inch arms, I think he got 74-inch arms? I think he got a 5-inch reach advantage on Kell Brook, which reach ain't really used right in boxing, but let me see. I think he got a 74-inch arms, and that's long arms. Mayweather got by having a lot of long arms. So hold on. They got an article about Crawford and his pit bulls dog breeds, which pit bulls get a bad rap. 74 inches. I got pure ones. We got Big Boy. That's Miles' grandfather. Stripes. And what's the other girl name? I forget her name because she was a newer one. I forget her name. I don't know. I forget that dog name, but we got 2 girls. That's pure pits. We got Big Boy, the original pit, and then the rest of them lab mix. So Jamil Hughes, he said, I wonder whose idea was it to have not to have a rematch clause. Bob said he don't believe in it. Womack said the people put in rematch clause, not confident they could win. That just sounds like a setup. When you a champion and you defending your title, I say 3 times, 4 times. You should. I bet Errol Spence got a rematch clause. J-Rock never defended his title. He got a rematch clause when he lost to Edwin Rosario, whatever his name was, Jason Rosario, excuse me. So, like I said before, this could be the ultimate setup. You dealing with Bob when you about to leave. He either tie you up in court or he probably gonna rob you. So that's on Crawford, man. He know what he's dealing with. Name me some guys that Bob Arum just let walk away. It's guys that he released thinking they was done, like Nonito Donaire, and he still had another life. So, he let Rigondeaux walk, but Rigondeaux had to still answer to him and fight Lomachenko to make a winning. So Bob Arum ain't in the business to let nobody walk. Shout out to CJ from 402 down in North Omaha, Team Crawford. I wish the fight was in the city. It would be lit this weekend. They was talking about it. So I don't know. Maybe Nebraska didn't approve it, but I heard John had that many cases down there. Yeah, messed over Bishop. Yup. See, you know what I'm talking about? Fight Night Champion. Shout out to Lathers. But my bad. I'm about to block Benjamin Fogg. I don't know something about your name. He said you got Amani Bates on ESPN. He playing tonight? Oh, that is tonight. Jesus. Hey, dude, I didn't know it was the 12th today. I'm appreciative. Forget this game. We gotta talk about Amani Bates. I heard DeJuan Wagner's son, because I know Amani Bates is he's a junior. DeJuan Wagner's son, the number 1 sophomore in the country. Yeah, he ahead of Mikey Williams. So you got to remember, DeJuan Wagner put up 100 points in high school. Shout out to Cheryl Miller. She put up 100 points in high school too. People forget. I don't care what your mammy, your daddy said, what some of these young guys said today. Cheryl Miller is the greatest female basketball player to ever dribble a ball. I will say it again. So I know basketball the most. I'm most knowledgeable in basketball, boxing, football. I play golf. I used to. I'm going to start back playing next summer. But Cheryl Miller is the greatest female basketball player to ever live. Point blank, period. I love Lisa. I love Cheryl Swoops. I love all of them. But Cheryl Miller is the greatest female basketball players to ever live. Mad Dog always said, hit that like button and subscribe button. Appreciate it. J.A. salute. C-Dub salute. I didn't know we had this many comments. I'm trying to come down. Jamil Connect. He said Devin Haney looked just like Bishop before jail. Facts. C-Dub salute. They talking about Fight Night Champion. I still play that story mode every now and again. I bought that UFC game, the one that came out before this new one on Xbox, and they gave it to you free. Everybody getting these Xbox and PlayStation. I'm just gonna lay back and wait. Junk blowing up, so I ain't gonna do it. And everybody still gonna be on Xbox One and PS5. Focus Film salute. Yo, Bud back is hell. And that's another way. Why back too? But continue on. I don't know, if he rob him, you know what the haters gonna say. The haters gonna say, well, Bud wasn't that good, and he struggled with Kell Brook. He gotta finish this guy. Simple as that. If he beat him easily, he was overrated. He was the leftover. He was beat up. He was beat up when Errol Spence fought him. Sean Porter lost to a prime Kell Brook. He said Dragon Ball Z showed them bulking up too much. Ain't the move they forget? No, it ain't. Even though in Dragon Ball Z, when Goku bulked up too much, it compromised his stamina. So it had an accurate depiction of bulking up. It compromised his stamina. So you got to understand that. Shout out to Atlanta. I feel like Brook is underestimating Terrence Crawford power. Do it for Lil Saint. Salute. He could be. I think a lot of people underestimate his punching power. What makes punching power is velocity and accuracy. And then it's a lot of, some guys can just punch. And, some guys can just punch. Some guys are just born with it. You look at Randall Bailey, you look at Julian Jackson. Some guys were born to punch. It's as simple as that. Then you got other guys that, you look at Mike Tyson, and just the way the young Tyson punched and got leverage on his shots, that was like he had perfect form and he had natural punching power. So I think Bud is he's just technically really a good puncher. He said AJ is a good example. Yeah. Putting on too much muscle. In this sport, in basketball, you don't need muscle. You need a little bit of muscle. When you like Kevin Willis, he from Detroit. Shout out to Kevin Willis. He's one of the strongest dudes in the league. I think Dwight Howard said the reason he got in the weight room is because Kevin Willis grabbed his arm. It could have been Dwight Howard. And he said he couldn't move it. He said he couldn't move his arm. So he got in the weight room and he wanted, I think it was him. I could be wrong. But, when you look at, if they rob him and then they rob him and then PBC don't want him because he don't have the belt, he in a situation where you grew up in Omaha and your mother pay the boys in the neighborhood to whoop you and none of them could whoop you. What's more pressure than your own mama wanting boys in the neighborhood to whoop you? Like when you talk about pressure in sports, it really ain't no pressure on these dudes. Pressure is not knowing where your next meal gonna come from. Pressure is, not your mother struggling on her own. Pressure, that's pressure. I think it's more pressure in bringing a bad program, a bad report card home. That's pressure. When you in your element, you get nervous when you get into the ring or you get on the court or the field. But once you're in the heat of the battle, that steam kind of roll off for those who play sports. Stay at your athletic weight. Don't bulk up like Izzy. Who is Izzy? I'm more hyped for Crawford and Brook than Danny Garcia and Spencer Garcia. The reason I think a lot of us look forward to Garcia and Spence is just simply for like a couple reasons. One of the reasons is obviously Spence has gotten in a car accident and we want to see how he look back. Another reason is, Danny Garcia got a pretty good style for him, depending on how Errol Spence fought. I think in general, the lesser the athletic gap, the better it is for Danny Garcia. And Errol Spence ain't one of the great twitchy athletes in the division. Kell Brook might get his face broken again. I mean, yeah, Bud is mean. When you go out there and you throw volume and you are an offensive fighter, you always want to open yourself up to punishment. You know, with Pacquiao, his offense was so good that, you know, when he threw flurries, your average boxer couldn't think under that pressure. When he fought Marquez and he was able to get off the canvas, he fought Morales and he was able to take away the angles and outbox him and expose. He didn't have a good lead hand. And when he fought Mayweather, when he fought those type of guys, they was able to think under pressure and they was able to take the volume away. That's the difference. Once Pacquiao couldn't overwhelm you with angles and volume, he was a pedestrian, ordinary fighter. That's a fact. But then again, how many fighters during his course or tenure in boxing that was a good counterpuncher? Marquez, Morales for a while, Mayweather. You know, when he fought guys, if he fought guys, and I know he went like Ward or Hopkins, those type of dudes, they're gonna dispatch that type of style. Pacquiao had a skill set that probably 1% of boxing in his time can deal with. So, Zach 34, salute. Solid child, salute. Make sure y'all share the video. Let me head over to Sportscastr. Appreciate everybody watching that Sportscastr. Appreciate the popcorn, Elway Highway, salute. I'm not sure if I'm the only one doing boxing on here, but I'll be doing some other things too. He's still a top 6 or 8 welterweight. C-Dub, I can't wait. The toughest test for Crawford outside of PBC. People have to stop hating. I mean, could you say Custio Clayton was a problem? You know what I'm saying? I mean, his style looked pretty good versus Lipinets, and he ain't a PBC fighter yet. I mean, Virgil Ortiz is young. Ennis is young. So you might be right. It might be the toughest test outside of PBC. Josh Kelly, he had Avaresian problems. Avaresian is a tough test. You know, at one point, Kavaliauskas was pretty good. I mean, Boost Putin got popped. So you look at it, got to be the toughest test out there. You know, it just, you know, Al Heyman on half the division. And that's cool. But, you know, to be honest, when you being honest about the situation, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Earl Smith shouldn't even be here. Bud should be having to chase them at 54. You know, and that's Al Heyman's problem for not making his fighters fight each other. And like I said, if he did get Canelo Alvarez, it just was a simple fact that he don't make nobody fight each other. You know, Al Heyman don't come in. You ever been a manager or you ever been an employee or manager try to get you to do something that, you know, that's not your job description? Like, I mean, I just need you to go over there and, you know, scan them shippers and put them. That ain't my job. I just need you to do. I remember I worked at this restaurant when I was in college. I think I was just out. I just got done with school. And the lady was like, you gotta wash dishes. I was like, I don't wash dishes no more. And the other guy, I guess he couldn't wash dishes. This dude was slow. I forget his name. And the lady, her name was Rhonda, and she just broke down crying. I'm like, and when you get a woman, that's their number one defense mechanism is crying. That's the first thing a woman gonna do. I was at Benihana's this past Saturday, and it's like a table of 3. Usually they can get more, but it's just a table of 3 at the time. And I'm sitting there, and my man, he got Ohio State shirt on. He with his woman, and we, you know, I'm just on the phone, and I'm, you know, doing my thing, waiting for the chef to get out and get my Las Vegas roll. And she just break down crying. I'm like, what? Because I hear my man saying that you know, you need to do this and that. I ain't trying to ear hustle, but like it's obvious it ain't even that many people in the room. We're not even on the main side. And she just burst down crying. He still feel sorry for us. I'm like, that's the number one defense mechanism. Earl already stopped Kill. So did Triple G stop him before him. Real talk. Bud got to stop it in 8. It don't matter what he's stopping in. Triple G stopped it in 3 or 4. So it ain't really nothing to beat. It's just to the point where, like, if he would have went out there and he would have outboxed Kavaliauskas and just outpointed him and then drop him, and them, people would have said, "Oh, he couldn't get Kavaliauskas out there." And you talking about an Olympian, you talking about a guy that probably more dangerous than Mikey Garcia at 47. You know, especially his first time out, and he got Kavaliauskas out there. he wasn't fighting like a guy that didn't have a chin. And to Amir Khan credit, Amir Khan never fought like a guy who never had a chin. Amir Khan fought like he had the biggest chin in the world, the greatest chin in the world. So, but Bud is willing to fight you however you need to fight. And I think the pressure to impress could be a problem. Anytime you step outside your comfort zone, which I don't know what his comfort zone is. I don't know what he prefer. Do we prefer to go out there and box and look good doing it and not getting hit like Devin Haney? Or do we prefer to bang it out? So if he prefer to bang it out, he gonna give Kell Brook an opportunity to knock him out. But you know, Bob Arum rob him. I mean, at that point, do we just retire? You know, that's how Marvin Hagler went out. You know, when they robbed him versus Sugar Ray Leonard, in his opinion, I think he won that fight too. You know, he just never fought again. Sometimes you just get so fed up. And when you can retire when you want to retire, you can retire. If Crawford lose, he get robbed and he retired, you know, it ain't nothing new. Marvin Hagler retired, you know. He said every time he watched that fight, he break his TV. And everybody know that Sugar Ray Leonard didn't beat Marvin Hagler. That's a fact. I don't care what nobody say. He's not picking Kell Brook in 10. Man, you crazy. You crazy, boxing pound for pound, box channel salute. Who knows? He could be right. And maybe Kell Brook is like rejuvenated, but at his best, just a bad style matchup for him. He just don't have the feet to keep up. Hold on. He said, I got Bud, make him quit 8 or 9. Could be around there. I think it might be sooner. I got 8 just to be safe, but it might be sooner. The Ring General Miami, I'm sorry. I'm slow coming down. Shout out to you on Twitter. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter. He said, I wish Bud would have put a little bit more energy when he said, I've never quit before, but you can say this. It's different. You know, I don't know how much media they got in there, but I mean, I think the difference is being in the bubble is that I think it's mentally tasking on people. You know, when you got the energy in there, you got everybody energy in there. He seemed to be a little bit more vocal. Without the crowd and without the extra energy. Oh my God, was that Bates? Ypsilanti then took off a little bit. Yeah, I don't know who that was. All these kids, these little frogs look the same from my vantage. I'm at an angle. He said, I can't see no way Kell. I mean, you can't say that. Yeah, that was him that hit that shot, Bates. He got twist. That boy bad, man, Bonnie Bates. But I mean, boxing. Look here, man. My last time saying ain't no way somebody can win was Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez. I said ain't no way Cotto can beat him. But Sergio Martinez wasn't the same fighter no more. Sergio Martinez in his prime at 54 and 60, he put it on Miguel Cotto, but he just wasn't the same fighter. So every fighter got a chance. It's a world champ class level. So I mean, if Brook do it, I think everybody be happy. Watch how quick Errol Spence be willing to fight Kell Brook again. Bud will be on his toes this fight. He not going to fight Brook the same way he fought Machine. I think he will. Now, is that my preference? Do it for Lil Saint? No. But he one of those dudes that he got a point to prove. You know, he got a point to prove. So he gonna fight Kell Brook the same way. He gonna feel his power out. Usually come out slow. He gonna step it up like Amir Khan. He gonna step it up. Kell Brook can't fight at the fast pace. So if he stepped the pace up in the second round, by the time they get the fourth round, it's gonna be over with. Errol Spence stepped the pace up and he just took off on Kell Brook. So knowing what he know now, the standard that Errol Spence said, he can't keep up with no pace. You know, don't be surprised. Body shots. Whatever he do is gonna be in value. If it's feinting and angles and pity pat punches, it's gonna be in value. I mean, it's just working up and down. It's gonna be in value. That's how you beat Kell Brook. He can outpoint Kell Brook all he want to. He want to challenge himself, and what he gonna do is he gonna flood him with value. I already know what he gonna do. Kowalski's probably punch harder than Kell Brook do. And also, he punched in bunches. Don't know other welterweight that I seen got that skill set that Kowalski's got. That's that Ukrainian skill set. Maybe Budabuev or Booz Putin got that They got that skill set, but what that man did to sit back, he was prepared. Velasquez look better sitting on the back foot sniping than he do on the front foot. You're gonna lose your money, but if he get robbed, that's shit. He might be $1,300 richer. Carl Brooks looking ready for brownies on deck. We'll see. You got to understand that his skill set is totally different from Golovkin and Errol Spence. Golovkin just was getting beat up, getting touched, and he just said, "I'm just gonna walk this kid down." Errol Spence, he sat there and played the Kell Brook game with him because once again, the athletic gap between Kell Brook and Errol Spence wasn't wide. It wasn't humongous. The athletic gap in this fight is like Danny Garcia fighting like a prime Pacquiao. Man, it's a huge athletic gap. You know what I'm saying? So it's a huge athletic gap between them. You got to understand boxing. Arm length, foot speed, foot rhythmic movement, slick. Terrence Crawford got everything in his arm. He got everything that's bad for Kell Brook. The best fight for Kell Brook in his prime at this division was like Vargas, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Those were the perfect fights for him. The truly bad fights for him, and people gonna laugh, would have been Amir Khan, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford. Those was the bad fights for him. You got athletic guys. That's the issue. Name me somebody that Kell Brook fought that's like Terrence Crawford. There's a reason they match made him not to fight these guys. Guys like Vernon Forrest and those type of guys is bad. Them rangy guys, the guys that gave Shane Mosley problems, the bigger, rangier guys, Winky for the weight class, and Vernon Forrest, and those guys is bad for Kell Brook. Amir Khan, only thing to make Amir Khan good is because he can't take it on the chin. You got to understand boxing. The dude is too tall. He's too rangy, too athletic. If he loses, it's going to be because he got caught putting his hand in the cookie jar. And you got to think about it. When you're dealing with a guy that's dealing with weight issues, every minute that go by, he's slowing down. And you talk about a guy that you got your front runners, you got your pacers, and then you got your horses. Your dudes that can just your workhorses get stronger as they go. Your Jim Browns, your Emmitt Smiths, your Barry Sanders, your Walter Paytons. The more you get them the ball, the stronger they are. In this division, those guys are Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Sean Porter. For the most part, their energy level pretty much rises through the fight, or they able to fight the fatigue, because fatigue make cowards out of everybody's weakness leaving the body. Those are the three fighters that I see in this division that are those workhorse backs. Now your pacers could be Danny Garcia, but your front runners are Kell Brook and Keith Thurman in this division. And I think you might be able ready almost to put Virgil Ortiz in the workhorse almost. Maybe he proved himself a little more. He more in that division, but Kell Brook is a front runner. The first quarter of the fight, depending on how you look at it, you saying 3s or 4s. I'm gonna say the first 4 rounds for him. 3-4s. The first 4 rounds for him is gonna be his best way to win. If he get dropped or he get outclassed in those 4 rounds, it's over with. If he competitive in those rounds, he hurt Crawford, get respect, drop him or something, then he got a chance. When you winning, it's the same thing in life. Greg, salute. When you winning, I don't know if y'all seen Megatron, Calvin Johnson. He was on this All the Smoke podcast. Damn, they got down that quick. Nipsey down by 1. When you winning, you able to fight through the knick-knack pains, the ankles, the knee pains, everything seems good when you winning. When you losing, and let's say you on a football field and it's cold, you playing one of those cold games, it feel even worse. Your butt feel bad, worse. Everything that hurt 1%, it hurt 20, 30%. In boxing, the same way. When you hurt somebody and you dead tired, oh man, that adrenaline kick in. But when you getting beat, especially the slow beatings, those the worst. The Mayweather beatings, he put on dudes 1 through 12. He didn't just He didn't physically just beat you. He mentally beat you down. The slow beatings is what destroy fighters, or those one knockout punches that David Lemieux put on. Curtis Steve. Those hurt. Those are probably the worst ones. But the Mayweather beatings, a lot of guys never recover from those beatings. Those beatings mentally ruin guys. When you sit there with a guy that can't punch hard, hand problems, peanut shaped head, when you can't hit somebody and you go 12 rounds, he just outpoints you and you can't hit him flush, a lot of fighters never recover from that. That's almost worse than getting knocked out stone cold. When you can't hit somebody, that's when you at your weakest. Real true. When you can't hit somebody and they're in front of your face and you can't hit them, this is one of my favorite quotes that nobody talk about. Sergio Moro said, "I'm not afraid of you if I can hit you, but if I can't hit you, then we got a problem." He said, "I played football and basketball my life at top levels. I never felt pressure on the court or the field." You know, it depends on the player. When you come from poverty, you don't feel pressure. Cynthia Cooper was nice, but Cheryl Miller was nice. She beat Queen Latifah, but on Living Bound. Sorry, I'm kind of behind after the phone call. Salute, you good. But yeah, Cheryl was a problem. Mark Pinkerton, salute. I got so many Vinny Chua, C-Dub, Ricky E. He said he got blood in the left. I think it's gonna be earlier than that. I think it's gonna be earlier than 8. I just said 8 to save my bacon. He said I got 10K set aside to cover my eyes bet. Wants to take Brook over Crawford. And you turn 10K into like, what is that? Is that 130 grand? If my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, he money base player right now. They down by 1 at halftime. No, I ain't getting the PS5 or the Xbox. Not until they stop blowing up. He said, "Nah, that's Crawford energy, bro. He don't have a high energy. He chill, cool, and drag you." He said, hold on, Amir Khan can't take a punch because of the way he sets his feet. He really don't see punches. He don't see punches. Maybe that's true, but he don't see punches because he don't want to see them. Brook dominated Porter, was still close. Porter don't know how to set up his. He don't know how to punch. He don't know how to punch. That's the problem with him. He don't know how to punch. No, we can break it down film on Sean Porter, or he just can't punch. When you can't hit an opponent, it's like air ball in basketball. Yup. Yeah, it's an air ball. Hold on. He said, how the Miller boys looking? Who's the Miller boys? I don't know who you're talking about. Let me know. RJ Beard, they showing him. Feel sorry for Ricky E and his Knicks. RJ Beard, terrible. So I know when a basketball player can and can't play. But matter of fact, I know more when he can't play than when he can play. I ain't perfect, but I know when somebody can't play. I'm telling you, I know basketball more than anything else in this world. I know basketball. When somebody can't play, I can tell you when they can't play. I don't care who they daddy, who they granny and mammy is. I can tell you. Yeah, Zerto left. He doing his own promotional company. We'll get to the rumors. Master P is playing. Oh, he playing against Imani Bates. I ain't know. I ain't got the sound on, but they up by 2. But yeah, let's move on. Let's get to Canelo. Pretty much, I'll read it. Woo. My girl said she was cooking chicken. I don't smell no chicken cooking. Boy. Hard to find a good cook. Hold on. Okay. Sheesh, I don't even know where to start at. Okay. I mean, sheesh. They saying Canelo and Callum a done deal. Cowboys Stadium or Alamo Dome. Plant was Canelo's first option. Canelo was doing a 3-fight deal with PBC, but Caleb Plant didn't want it. They were going to do Plant first, Eubanks in May, and Charlo next September. They said for now the deal is dead because Eddie has things to offer, but I heard they want to come back and negotiate for May of next year for Plant and Canelo in May. So we can still get it in May. PBC had the option to work with Canelo, but there was not enough time to make a pay-per-view fight. I think that's why Canelo would make offer to Plant first. WBC, okay, that's something else. So basically what they saying is basically that they gonna do Plant. They want to do Plant in May. I mean in September, but in December, but it wasn't enough time. And basically what it sounded like the person telling me is that Canelo only wanted to fight Caleb Plant on a short notice. That's what he's saying. So when they couldn't do a short notice, he ain't fighting Caleb Plant with a regular 10, 11, 12-week notice. So the chances of that fight probably happening going forward is probably slim to none. My whole thing is this. If he's still going to be fighting on his own, because ain't nobody to fight at on Top Rank. Nobody. At Top Rank, they got better BF, and that's it, between 60 and 75. So he ain't fighting no better BF. So he probably going to fight. This is strictly speculation. Callum Smith in December. Billy Joe Saunders in May. He probably going to turn around and fight Triple G next Independence Day. He probably going to be on his own working with Eddie Hearn now. And my whole thing is cool. Canelo always need an advantage, and that's why he won't go down as an all-time great fighter, in my opinion. You know, he don't want to fight nobody on even playing field. Why not get a brother 10 to 12 week notice? Fight him in January, beginning of February. That's my whole thing. So Canelo always looking for advantage, and his stands want to act like it never happened. Like Canelo is this great fighter that takes on everybody, but they won't ignore the three weigh-ins he gave Kovalev. You know, making Danny Jacobs weigh again, but Eddie Hearn didn't make him. He paid his weight fee. You know, putting a rehydration clause on Rocky Fielding. Fighting Miguel Cotto and going up to what they say almost 190 pounds. Fighting Amir Khan, then he didn't put a rehydration clause in for Amir Khan. He went up to like almost like heavyweight cruiserweight. So Canelo stands gonna ignore that. They want to act like he beat Austin Trout without open scoring. He ain't never took an opponent and blew him out. Not no opponent that was adequate competition. Even Kovalev. Kovalev was there as a casting model. Kovalev wasn't even trying. He still was putting hands on. He's never took an opponent and blew him out the way. He struggled with Lara. He struggled with Trout. He struggled with old Cotto. He's never took somebody and say, here's Triple G. Do the Uchi Wally Wally on him. He never did the Uchi Wally Wally on him. And I understand at this elite level, it's hard to blow opponents out. But Mayweather made Corrales look like a fool. You know, Pacquiao then blew out some good competition. Shit, Miguel Cotto then did some good thing with good account. He's never sat there and blew somebody out, even with all the stipulations. He just remind me of a lesser Chavez Sr. At least Chavez put it on Roger Mayweather. You can't name me one opponent that Canelo beat that was considered to be the elite, that he just really took them and dog walked them. He ain't never dog walked nobody. People talk about Mayweather was born. Canelo couldn't even knock out a weight drained Chavez Jr. I ain't hating on him. Sorry, I'm just stating the facts. Who was Canelo best fight? What's Canelo's best fight? Please explain it to me. What is Canelo's best fight? Like, what is his best action fight? Kirkland? Y'all talk about Mayweather, and that's cool. Y'all talk about Mayweather. Who has he just took? Like John Witherspoon say, I take a dog and bang, bang, bang up a dog's. You know, who has he took and just dog walked? That's all your boy CJ saying. He beat Danny. People said the Danny Jacobs fight was close. I thought he beat Danny Jacobs easily, but it wasn't exciting. He couldn't even drop Danny Jacobs. Pudango salute. He said RJ, Kubi 2K fan said RJ like a monster in high school. What that little Dexter meme say? He can't play. RJ Barrett garbage. I ain't never seen him in high school. When I seen him at Duke, I specialize in calling Duke players garbage. I know when they can and can't play. Brandon Ingram, the only one that proved me wrong. Bud said he only got a few months, Bob, so he can make men. I'm telling you, Bob ain't playing no game. Bob will rob him quick. You got more subs on YouTube than Demetrius. Wow. Irons Rogers destroyed. He said Hersey Miller. Yeah, I heard about one of his sons was pretty good. Remember, DeMar DeRozan was on Master P Travel Team. Remember, they had a little show on Nickelodeon. People probably forget that. When you get a chance, you gotta watch Camden High. That's the team that DeJuan Wagner Jr. plays on public school. I don't see nobody in the country beating them. Jersey always got some good teams. J.R. Smith, Michael Kidd Gilchrist teams. Jersey produced probably some of the best ballers. They talk about New York and Chicago. I'm gonna tell you some good ball players come from basketball. Jersey, Dallas, Texas to be exact. Dallas got they got Tyrese Maxey, Miles Turner. Dallas got some ballers. Like those probably the most underrated hoopers. Real talk, Jersey. I don't know how Jersey is underrated, but Jersey got some hoopers, and Dallas got some hoopers too. Canelo trying to make Plant look like a duck, yeah. And they didn't want to pay him. He said, "Now we got David." Man, Benavidez turned that fight down, bro. That's just what it is. So I ain't got to lie on it, brother. He just turned the fight down. He beat Danny Jake, but he ain't hurt him. Yeah, I heard they recently. Yeah, December 26th. I can tell you the date. I think Tank KO Leo got Spence Canelo. I think Tank KO Leo got Spencer Canelo fight. Yeah, we'll see. Pay me no mind. Y'all check out his channel. He's a good brother. He always keep a ski mask on. What's that song, A Thief's Thing? That's Canelo. That's a meme. That was my song back in the day. Nah, it's my dude. Canelo best fight is Floyd. Man, he lost every round. Kirkland without James and Wolf. Yep. They say they put that in the crime pack. Triple G too. I thought he beat Triple G, but a lot of people said it was close. Not like he blew out Danny Jacobs to come in the chat. Man, it was close, man. Danny Jacobs got around like Jesus. Yeah, Kyrie from Jersey. Well, he from Australia. He from Jersey though. I'm telling you, RJ made a mistake recruiting Zion. Man, Zion ain't on the Knicks. Zion ain't on the Knicks. He might have made a mistake and going to the Knicks. Because Kevin Knox was a baller before he put a Knicks uniform on. Shoot, he just can't play. I seen him at Duke. He just simply can't play. He probably gonna be a good role. When he finds his role in the league, he'll be good. Andrade's part 2 at Ward. Yeah, you ain't lying. James Prince is a wonderful businessman, but that was a bad deal they made. Cassius Winston gave RJ Hill. I knew he wasn't. Yeah, they said he had tested bad in the individual work, in the little sprints and the leaps. So RJ played for, that's that team in Florida. That's University of Michigan. We got a kid that played down there. Well, I forget the number 10 player in the country, Isaiah Houston. He played for that team that Ben Simmons played for. And then we got another kid from France. He played at IMG Academy in Florida. I'll tell you something about Florida. I never lived in Florida. When we was in Ocala, man, Florida is, man, sheesh. I'm good. I ain't scared of animals, just the racism in Florida. DMV got hoopers. Oh, they got ball legends. You got Victor Oladipo, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, even though he tried to claim New York. Yeah, I mean, we know the DMV got hoopers. We talking about underrated spots that don't get no love. Jersey, Dallas in particular, they got some hoopers in Dallas, dog. Chris Bosh from Dallas, yup. He said a contract. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know how true that was. Chris Bosh, yeah, man. No, Dwight from Atlanta. Yup, you could tell. I'm gonna leave Dwight alone. Imagine Benavidez doing IB. Once they unify, he gonna get his belt back. Once he unify, it'll work. Kyle Anderson played high school in Jersey. Dude never lost it. Kyle Anderson, nice. I like his game. He ain't athletic, but he nice, bro. Yeah, y'all got the hoopers down there, bro, for sure. He said, "Isn't Russ your favorite basketball?" Next, man, stop playing. I love Russell Westbrook the way he played basketball. I like his competitive nature. You know, Russ can play in the 90s to 80s. He's a tough basketball player, but I think Russ is a 2 guard. He can be on my team any day. But Russ can't be my point guard. I love Russ game. If he was a shooting guard, he could play on my team. But him as my point guard, I like my point guards like John Stockton, Steve Nash, Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, Isaiah Thomas, Matt. They're my type of point guards. They didn't try to mutate the point guard position into something that is not. My point, man, Steph Curry ain't no point guard. We can argue about that all day. Steph Curry is a two guard. Russell was a two guard. Point guards are the guys I named. LeBron is really a point guard. Grant Hill was a point guard. Scottie Pippen. Those are point guards or point forwards. Micro Mike, salute. Y'all check out my boy Micro Mike channel. What do you think of Mikey Williams? Look, honestly, I ain't seen him play. I ain't gonna lie. I remember DeJuan Wagner, daddy. That was my boy. DeJuan Wagner, man, if you had him in FanDuel, bro, he used to put points up in Cleveland. My Seattle. Yeah, Seattle, Rodney Stuckey, Jamal Crawford, Brandon. Was Brandon Word from Seattle too? Yeah, Seattle got a squad. I think they underrated too. Seattle got a hooping squad. Zion needs to lose. I think 240 is the good way for him. He ain't gonna last. He gonna be the next Larry Johnson, Ricky. Good player though. People think I'm crazy when I say Westbrook not a top 10. He's not a point guard. Just plain and simple. He's not a point guard. You know, that's no knock on him. He might be one of the top 15 best talents in basketball. James Harden is a point guard, to be honest. He played point for Oklahoma City Thunder. Remember that, y'all? He came off the bench and played point. This is my opinion on it. Folks be on John Stockton. John Stockton was nice. If John Stockton wanted to go out there and average 30 every game, he could have. Easy. John Stockton, you put him in Mike D'Antoni's system, he might have been an MVP for 5 straight years. Without Mike being in the league in the Jersey. I mean, during the post-Mike era, 99, 2000, John Stockton is a dog. You got to remember, they traded away Bernard King because they didn't think Bernard King, Stockton, and Malone was going to work together. I know basketball. I know a little bit, but John Stockton is probably one of the greatest point guards, period. Yeah. Even though Isaiah Thomas was abusing him so bad that Karl Malone had to elbow him because they put John Stockton on the dream team before him, I'm going to tell Isaiah Thomas is my top 10 player. Easily. To be honest, he was a greater player than Magic Johnson, but people ain't ready for that conversation yet. I'll leave that to go. He did the Up and the Smoke podcast. Who you talking about? He's in the franchise for the Diamond Champ. I'm sure the WBC will be on the line. You talking about for Callum Smith? Yeah. Callum Smith is he could have been David B. That's mandatory when he was ready. Nate Robinson, yeah, he from Seattle. He fighting. I'm gonna check that out. I ain't doing that live fight crap no more. I ain't getting banned no more. I'll leave that to y'all. I might go live on for fights on Sportscastr. That'd be the only way I do it again. I'll just be on Line Killer channel. He said Stephen A. Smith said Chris Paul would be as good as Magic if he was 6'9". If it was a fifth, we all be drunk. I take D Rose. Oh, yeah, he was more of a point guard than Russell Westbrook. D Rose would have grown to being a fantastic point guard. He just didn't have a body. That's all that was. But that's part of the game, the durability. Courtney Richardson, salute. John Stockton, I lived it. John Stockton was a problem. I lived it. I lived through the him and Malone era. Barkley was a problem too. But that's how the position. I'll give you another white boy that was bad. Mark Price. Before the injuries. Tom Gugliotta was a nice one. Wiley Zerbiak, I think before his injury, he was younger. He was man. It was some white boys that could play. Tom Chambers could jump like a black person. It was some white boys, like Nate Campbell said. He said I could put a team of white boys that'd beat today's best team. He ain't lying. He ain't lying, boy. I grew up, man. There was some white boys that can play. Real talk. Jerry Sloan had every point guard looking golden. Stockton, Derek Fisher, Durant. Yeah, rest in peace to that brother, man. Jerry Sloan he was playing in the league, I believe. He was tough. He was the opposite of Phil Jackson. He was a real you couldn't be no punk playing for Jerry Sloan. Kendrick Perk, man, don't play with me. Who was a more live underdog, Danny or Special K? Oh, Danny Garcia all day because of the accident and his skill set, ability to counterpunch. He said, why can't the Pistons draft a point guard? Because Stan Van Gundy and Jeff Bauer suck. If I could run the lines of the Pistons, dude, I can do way better than the last people did. I mean, the They just tried to go with the trend. Brandon Knight, Rodney Stuckey before him. They had a point guard until he hurt himself. Brandon Jennings was good. He had Andre Drummond balling. He blew out his Achilles, and they went to go get Reggie. Reggie, that was the worst move. I knew Reggie Jackson was garbage. I knew it. Brandon Jennings, we had just beat the LeBron and the Cavs. We was on a streak. Brandon Jennings was the point guard he was a perfect fit in Detroit. Then he blew his Achilles. I love me some Brandon Jennings in Detroit. Rose was an MVP. We passed up on Kevin Porter Jr. too. It sounded like he was about to commit suicide earlier this year. They was reading too much, but he can play. He did good in Cleveland. He said Calvin Johnson did. He said he wished he could have ran with Rodgers. I know that hurt Stafford. So, I mean, he ain't lying. You put him with Tom Brady or Rodgers, it'd be over with. You know, he said Isaiah is one of the most disrespected people. Forget to check his resume. That dude, he Magic Bird and yeah, he the one that cleared the way for Matt. But they would have beat Magic 2 years in a row. Remember, on his ankle, he put like 28 points in the third quarter. And then they called that the league don't want nobody but stars to win championships in LA and Boston. That's why I kind of fell out of love with the NBA. You know, they really set the table for Jordan to win a lot of those titles, but y'all ain't ready for that. Wow, you just gonna say Mark? You just was gonna say Mark? Yeah, Mark Price a dog. His pick and roll was one of the sweetest one. His pick and roll is better than Stock, but better than Nash to me. Yeah, Stock Skiles, Shaq punched him. Go check out the Orlando Magic 30 for 30. Shaq was one of the worst teammates in NBA history. That's video worthy. I might do that video. Hey CJ, you didn't have to make man. I ain't trying to run into Shaq. Shoot Shaq straight up and down. I ain't about to wrestle with him. You guys think Michael Redd would? Michael Redd would be the greatest player of all time in this era. Look here, if you ask me, and I got to do a basketball stream coming up. If you ask me to bring 5 players back in this era that I want to see, it'd be Michael Redd, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and Mark Price would be my 5. Because I know what Jordan would have did. I know what Magic would have did. I know what Kareem would have did. I know what Wilt would have did. I know what Jerry West would have did. I know what Oscar. I knew what George Gervin and those Nate Tanya. I knew what they would have done. But for y'all to really appreciate the 5 I just said, Reggie Miller would be looking goatish. Reggie Miller would probably be the GOAT. Would want to be one of the GOATs. Reggie Miller in this league, Bird to put up 45 points a game if you wanted to. Y'all think I'm lying? Y'all think I'm Bird to put up 45 points a game. Jordan to average like 50 if you wanted. Because he'd be at the foul line 35 times. Y'all think Harden is bad. Jordan games would have took 5 hours to finish. Yeah, Page was nice. That Sacramento team was I had Hito off the bench, Bobby Jackson, Scott Pollard. Yeah, Tom Chambers. He had more bounce than Dirk. Jason Williams, Mike Bibby. Jason Williams got traded for Mike Bibby over there. Yeah, Deron was nice. He was nice in Illinois with D. Williams, and there was another one over there with them too. I thought Jason Kidd. I swear to God, I thought Jason Kidd was white. Remember he was guard. Remember they played the Lakers in the playoff series. He had that blonde and black hair. I thought he was a white boy. I ain't gonna lie. He said you guys should have got Melo. Yeah. He said Brandon Jennings was a monster. He was growing into being the man. He probably would have led the resurgence of the Pistons. He would have led the resurgence. Michael Redd was born in the wrong era. Pistons probably passed on here. Nah, we passed on Donovan Mitchell for Kennard. Hero and Kennard won the same draft. We passed on Donovan Mitchell. We took Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker. And Devin Booker was from Michigan. He's from Grand Rapids. Yeah, Michael Redd would be a GOAT. Grant Hill in this era, shit. You look at LeBron, that would have been Grant Hill. That would have been Grant Hill. Only difference is LeBron was a little bit stronger and Grant Hill had a crossover. Oh, they said Len Bias would have been better than Jordan. I would have loved to see that. Benji, he got killed. It's been reckless crimes in Black America. Brandon Ward was nice. I think he did like 3 years at Washington. So he had a lot of tread on this year. I liked him though. Brandon Roy was a problem. Yeah, Luther Head was the other one. Whoever Camden Cunningham in the draft next year going to be a super. I don't even know who he is. I don't be following like that. Brandon Roy and Greg Odom would have been. Remember, they could have got Durant. They took Greg. They took Greg Oden. That's crazy. And it was medical issue history already out on him. That's crazy, but hold on. You said season was like 80 degrees early this week. Now it's like probably in the 40s, 30s. Yeah, he was doing this rain. If they ride Bud, then Kell Brook will be called Kell Crook. You know they're gonna make 1,000 videos making fun of Bud. They're gonna make 1,000 videos. I just hate this whole sports era, dude. It's just got commentators that lie and mislead. The only sport that seemed it ain't nowhere it used to be close to normal was college football. That's the only one that seems close to normal. That's it. But college football, man, if you live college football in the 90s, early 2000s, college football was like it was incredible. College football was college football, man. I just love, man. I ain't just saying because Michigan was pretty good back then, but Florida State, man. College basketball, man. I used to be so into college football and basketball back in the day, dog. It just ain't the same. D Brown. He said Grant Hill. It was coming. The three was coming for Grant. He had the most simplest car crossover, but when he banged on Morning, I was watching that game too. I used to watch the Turquoise and the Burgundy Pistons. I used to watch every game on UPN, I promise you. If it was a Piston game on and it wasn't like no Saturday, well, like some of my friends came over, I was watching it. Some of my memories I remember in the 2000s, I remember watching my brother. He stayed in Warren, Michigan at the time, right? He had 64, had all the games and stuff. But I'm the only kid in the back watching. Was it the 02 National Championship or the 03? It might have been 03 when it might have been 02 or 01. I can't remember. When Miami played Ohio State and they robbed Miami. Low key, I'm gonna admit this almost 20 years later, that I was rooting for Ohio State in that game because Miami was so bigged up to be the big bad college team, and I love Maurice Clarett. Okay, that's the only reason I like that team. I ain't like nothing else, but I love Clarett. Clarett was a dog, and they beat him. They robbed him. But Miami should have won that game, though. What if Earl knock out Danny? Oh, it's going to be over with. But, he knocked out Danny Garcia. It ain't going to be no excuses for him not to fight Bud and not be the same fighter. You see what I'm saying? But Danny Garcia, man, I don't see that happening. He just don't. For him to knock out Danny Garcia, it's going to have to be a body attack. Or Danny just got older, had an injury. He ain't going to knock. I don't know. I just think this is the best matchup for Danny Garcia in the division. But yeah, Miami was crazy in the 2000s. I ain't had nothing against them. I ain't got nothing to say about him. I ain't talking about nobody else in this channel. But Grant was a problem. But Miami was a good football team. They had a lot of players. Remember Ed Reed went like 24th. I couldn't stand USC because they were so good. Yeah, they would have ran circles around Michigan back in the day in the early 2000s. I was a Vince Young fan. Boy, y'all don't understand. I'm going to get back to boxing and finish the last topics up. Y'all don't understand how good sports was, man. Like in that period from like 93 for my time to like 2000 to like 2007. Oh my God. The early 2000s, oh my God. I used to be addicted to sports, dog. I had the college football, basketball games. They don't even make them no more, dog. Oh my God, I still love college sports. The NBA was like crack in the 90s, dog. Man, you had so many great players. Man, the talent pool is so lesser today. Sturdy Q said, I don't know why people hate Bud. Dude is a hell of a fighter. He take care of his kid. I met before. He's a solid dude. Just from sitting at his fights, I feel like Bud has the most knowledgeable fan in boxing. Yeah, he seemed like a good dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just these new fans is like they don't know how to be objective. They don't know how to take no defeats. They don't know how to take no losses. That's all it is. Like, man, The worst thing in boxing for me personally was probably seeing Roy Jones get knocked out. Yeah. When Roy Jones got knocked out, I think it was like when Tupac died, bro. When Tupac died, so many people was crying. Like when people talk about like the GOAT debate, oh, Drake got better. Like you had to live in that era to understand. Like you can't listen to Tupac music now and hear it for the first time and then listen to it. Like you can't have the same feeling from when it came out in the early 90s to when you like. People don't understand. Like these kids think they rap is good, but it's garbage. They R&B is garbage. They whole style is garbage. The hip hop, the clothes, it's just garbage. The hairstyles, garbage. Like when you talking about like the 80 era and the not like, it's like people don't understand. Everything was better back then. The food, the sports, like everything. He said Kawhi got the same knee problems that Roy one of the top high school. Brandon Roy one of the top high school coaches in the nation. Better crossover. Kyrie Tim Hardaway Sr. Straight up and down. Kyrie Carey. But it's close. It's close. Lindsey Hunter, Stackhouse was the man. Stackhouse used to be breaking records like every other like 10 games. I got a Jerry Stackhouse. True story. I had a Jerry Stackhouse autograph. My mom worked at Expo Design Center in West Bloomfield. He came in there and he was trying to hit on my mom, but she got an autograph though. That's crazy. I'm like, man, I look at my mom like, man, you was Jerry Stackhouse. I'm saying, what if Danny knocked Earl out? Oh, that's gonna be excuses, and rightfully so. Some excuses are acceptable, but you know they try to talk him into taking a lesser fight. He looked good though, physically. You know, you see him, he looked good. Like I said, would have guard. Okay, I read that one. Roll Tide, man, couldn't find a Roll Tide fan in the late 90s and 2000s. I think they beat us in the bowl game with Tom Brady. No, we beat them. College football ain't right with the Longhorns being bad. Boy, anybody care about them sorry Longhorns. But you ain't lying. When Ricky Williams was playing, I used to love college football, but Ricky Williams was playing, dog. Y'all just don't understand. I used to love college football. Man, Ricky was breaking records. Oh, man. I'm just having good memory. Man, man, y'all just don't understand, bro. Let me get back. Let me finish on top because I ain't got all day. But boy, I'm sort of everywhere. But yeah, you got Wilder going to mediation with Tyson Fury. I ain't spoken on that, and trying to force Fury to make a third fight. And my whole thing is maybe this a build up for the trilogy. Maybe it's a build up for the trilogy, and they gonna fight. I got a feeling they gonna fight again. Look here, if they fight again, I'm a root for Deontay Wilder, but I just can't respect him as no man. Jason Sosa, I missed your comment. I'll get to it. I just can't respect him like the way if he come out and say, you know what, I wasn't the right, but just knowing what I know, how he cut camp and how he was bull jobbing around, I can't respect him until he get it together. And what he did to Mike Breland, dude, I can't respect it. But hopefully he get the third fight. You got Vinny Pazza on our Bernstein podcast said that he made an allegation that Tyson Fury was on human growth hormones, and if he was, he must have had that super Victor Conti formula. But if that is true, what they do now is they save specimens or whatever. So if they do discover whatever drug that he did take, and they put in the system, they can go back in retrospect and charge him for that. But like I said before, if he was on human growth hormones, I'm a skinny chick named Betty. Because look how he look. That dude look like Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dan, do your dance, do the hump. Humpty, baby, do the Humpty Hump. That dude like Humpty Dumpty from Puss in Boots. That was my movie. Stomach all big, legs all little. Man, come on. If he was on human growth hormones, Ronnie Coleman rolling in his bed right now. Come on. Look at him. He got a ball in the belly. We had this song with Detroit. I forget who made that song. I think it was in Detroit. But Jason Sosa say, Earl looked fragile ever since that happened to him. He talked slower, lower pitch than already did. I mean, he looked good to me, though. face don't look, man. If he lose, he lose. I ain't gonna shed no tears. This ain't no Tupac. This ain't no a lot. This ain't me against the world. I think that was stupid. Kyle Fuller ain't right. But okay, I read that one. The stupid stuff. Do it for Lil Saint. It was crazy because Texas wanted all the smoke with USC. Man, that was probably the greatest college football game that I can remember vividly. Now, Ohio State and Miami was it 0-2 or 103? I think it was 0-2 or 3. That would have been up there if it wasn't for the controversial loss. It was like Maurice Clarett and Chris Gamble versus like an NFL team. Real talk. That's how it was. He said, I think Bud and Spence happens next year if they win their upcoming fights. I hope so. I'm going. Teixeira and Castano supposed to fight February 6th. I think Charlo should fight Lara on the same day. I won't fight no damn Lara. You will get no credit the way he looked last time. I think they're ruining football, soccer. You said, I think we ruining football, soccer. Man, we don't care about soccer over here. We do not care. They try to force soccer on the people, but like I just don't like the sport. I watch hockey. We just don't like it. I mean, my boy had a cousin that played college soccer. That dude was trying to get. They were trying to get. I just can't get into it though. I like FIFA though. I play some FIFA. Just turn the rules off. When I was a young Georgetown, I think he said had Morning at power forward, Mutombo at center, same team. Then came Iverson, college hoops. Man, you ain't lying. Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton was in Connecticut. Ray Allen. Yeah, college basketball was lit. Now, the Big East was lit before they broke it up a few years ago. It was the closest thing to the NBA. Then they broke it up. I can't remember, but that was cool. I think it was like one of Kemba Walker last year's, or it was when UCLA keep going down, bro. They be up and then go down. I don't know what's going on. But I think it was when old boy Kevin Oliver won the championship, then they did them thing. I see Thurman and Spence happening before Bud and Spence. Heyman wants to get as much money off Thurman as Earl said he ain't fighting them. So somebody lying there. But shout out to Do It for Lil Saint. I was mad seeing Jermaine Taylor slumped in the corner. But man, I was mad too, but I didn't like Jermaine Taylor. I ain't gonna lie. When he beat Bernard Hopkins twice, I didn't think he deserved the victories. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't feel bad. That white boy was on his helmet. Then he decisioned him the second time. Like, you gotta like it. I ain't had no problem with Kelly Pavlik, bro. I ain't had no problem. I couldn't stand Jermaine Purdy. Here we go again. We give him his 2 seconds of fame. There you go. Adrian Peterson at OU. Hey, yeah, he used to get hurt, though. He got hurt with the collarbone one year, but yeah, he was a problem. Yeah, best college players in my day, man, Vince Young had to be at top of the list. Tim Tebow. Man, sheesh. Charles Woodson. Man, it was some great college football. I used to love, man. My love for college football just ain't the same. Now, the SEC football is the closest thing to what college football was back in the day. For real, the SEC. SEC was lit. He said it looked like Dr. Ed. You ain't lying, Mr. Roboto, he do, bro. If he on Horman going for more, he ain't doing something right. The Last Stand dropping an interview with Wilder next week. I'm dying. Man, I ain't watching shit. No, man, I ain't watching nothing he got to say. Hey, shouldn't Bud stop this version of Brook? Shouldn't Errol Spence stop that version of Kell Brook? Because Triple G knocked him out before. Because Errol Spence fought a broken down Kell Brook. So he went. How long did Errol Spence go? Because I'm going to say this for the family. How long did Errol Spence go with Kell Brook? Hold on. I'm going to pull this up because I don't even remember. It was a good fight, though. Because Kell Brook was beating Errol Spence, coming off a loss and everything. So hold on. This dude's so inactive. He only fought 5 times since beating Kell Brook in 2000. That's a travesty. Do y'all understand that these boxers, a lot of these fighters ain't gonna never have 50 fights. This dude only fought 5 times. He only fought 5 times since beating Kell Brook. He stopped him in the 11th round. Come on, man. Come on. This dude stopped him in the 11th round, bro. Come on. He stopped him in the 11th round, coming off a loss, a stoppage. I ain't trying to hear it. Anything better than 11. 11 and better would be better because he coming off 2 wins. He fresh. His eye ain't been broken. I ain't trying to hear that. He said, best believe Pacquiao will be rooting hard for Danny Garcia. He gonna fight. He gonna get in the ring. I want to fight Danny Garcia. he gonna fight Danny Garcia. Or Errol Spence look bad winning the fight. Yeah, Yipsy lost this game. There's a few minutes left, but they just keep getting down. I turn off the on side rules, bro. I love FIFA. I ain't played it in years though, but I used to play it with my boy that lived hard from me when I lived in apartments as a kid. If Garcia Spence or more for Danny, do you believe that Rod Danny to keep? I mean, I don't know. I think Errol Spence got more money. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think Errol Spence probably gonna win. He should win easy. Big East football money broke it up. They need to go back. XCC been killing them. I don't know what happened. The Big East basketball was the truth. I was subscribed to Big East basketball, bro. Reggie Bush to go to college football. And I don't know. I don't even think he was better than Barry. Thurman Thomas was good. I mean, it's a lot of good ones. Charlie Ward was good. Randy Moss would have played at Florida State. You probably wouldn't be saying that. Jeremiah Bryant, salute. Peter Warwick, Peter Warwick was a beast, bro. You know, in the league, he ain't live up to the hype. Joey Galloway was nice at Ohio State too. He had that gas. That boy ran a 4.2 for sure. He said, "I want so much money, Florida. Put the Beach by Dre on Ohio State." He said, "Bama is what it is. What is what?" Yeah, y'all crying, y'all laughing now. I remember like 2007 and 8. 9. Y'all wasn't nothing, bro. When y'all was on probation, y'all just got good when Nick Saban came there. Spence went 11, dude. I just looked at bar. He went 11. It said a KO round 11. I'm gonna believe Box Fred could do it for Lil Saint. I like do it for Lil. I'm gonna believe Box Fred. Kell Brook won the last. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. He got, man. Once it get to the 6th round, Errol Spence stepped it up. That treadmill. You ever seen the treadmill where it got the dip in it, and it's for like speed runners? It kind of went to that dip. SEC top heavy. Last year Joe Burrows ran through it. He went through the gauntlet. But they got, Arkansas, I don't know what happened to them, but Florida, they just beat Georgia. Georgia's pretty good. Alabama good. LSU fell off though. So yeah, it ain't as good as it once was though, for sure. But the last few years, man, I watch SEC football. It's the next thing. It might be better than some NFL football. Spence had I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear no 15-month layoff. I ain't trying to hear that excuse. That's his fault. He should have fought somebody. Kell Brook came off a loss. I ain't trying to hear that. Oh, you had a 15. I ain't trying to hear that. This dude only fought 5 times since fighting Kell Brook in 2017. Think about that for a minute. He only fought 5 times. Come on, man. This dude. And then he almost won a year before he fought Lamar Peterson. This dude is hella inactive, bro. That's Al Heyman for. I ain't got nothing to do. He ain't got no, man. He should be more active than that. Talking about this dude only fought 5 times since fighting Kell Brook. Damn, somebody just dunked. Yeah, it's over with for UFC prep. They playing somebody called Team Sizzle. That sounds like a fake team. Somebody named Shaq Helm. I think the other dude, he got 31 points, 11 blocks, and 6 rebounds. I don't know. He dogging. I don't know what Imani Bates got. Oh, he blocked Imani Bates. Then he banged on him. Wow. He banged on Imani Bates. Dang. He said, ain't no way hyping up this version. What you talking about? The version that with the fact Errol Spence, what you talking about? How y'all hyping that up? He came off a loss to Triple G. Cut 13 pounds. Get out of here, man. Come on. And then he won like he was beating the hell out of Errol Spence. Errol Spence said his neck was hurting for weeks. I ain't trying to hear that. Tank and Nakatani. Nakatani retired and came back, I guess. I don't care about that fight. Tank, man, I'm gonna get there. Is Danny getting more than 3? I don't know what he getting. I ain't counting his pockets. Said it wasn't. You already know, man. Bud got a lot of respect for Danny Garcia. People was good around 11 and 14 after it became. Oh, I ain't missed nothing then. Man, these games are just getting worse and worse. I smell chicken now. I smell. People don't remember that. What was that? Full Force? The 3 dudes from Full Force? They made house party hype. I had Pete work in FSU. I had Pete work at FSU. He was a beast in college. You ain't lying, bro. He was a beast in college, bro. Juan Dixon and Delonte West were, you ain't lying. And Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson and Delonte West was a backcourt at St. Joseph. I love they run in the NCAA tournament. Bernard gave that fight away. Take that task, Bernard. Take that task. That was funny. He waited almost a year to fight Brook. He just got knocked out. What you expect? That's his fault. He should have stayed busy. Number 1 senior in the country. He just got banged on. I don't know what he put up tonight. But what is Team Sizzle, though? That sounds like a fake team. What does Team Sizzle do? See, that don't even be fair. Real talk, this dude, Amani Bates, playing with local basketball players. He playing with regular basketball players. They playing an AAU team. Come on now. Come on. They actually in a regular high school to play. Who set this up? They playing an AAU team. See, that's what I be talking about, bro. They put an AAU team versus a team from Ypsilanti, Michigan. Team Sizzle. Get out of here, dude. That ain't fair. Come on. He said anyone who wears Bud should expect him to beat up this. I mean, we expected Errol Spence to beat up, but y'all expected Errol Spence to beat up the version of Kell Brook. Y'all act like Kell Brook is better than what he was probably versus Errol Spence. He had to cut 13 pounds. His eye was broke. Come on, bro. Y'all can't rectify that, bro. And y'all still claiming Kell Brook is Errol Spence's best win. Stop it. He living off the Kell Brook win, bro. Come on. Come on, man. Bro, they've been recruiting. Man, that shit crazy, dude. They playing the AAU team, man. They should pull what's my man's name? I forget his name. I'm gonna say his name because he an underrated actor. I forget his name, bro. I know his name. Wood Harris. Play Avon Barksdale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, forget all that. Pull up above the rim and come out there with a pistol. It's an exhibition game to showcase the 2 play. Man, why he couldn't play with his high school team? Bates got 30 points, 8 rebounds, 9 for 10, 4 for 11, and no block. So he held his own. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Why Shaq couldn't come? Shaq Holmgren couldn't come out there with his regular team. I ain't trying to hear that, man. That's why I don't watch sports no more, like that. Terrence Crawford can't leave it to the judges. I mean, nope. Probably Master P team, CJ. Man, probably didn't put a whole AAU team. Man, forget all that. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. What was genre? These kids today is punks. Always got to pick up a gun. You man without it. I'm a man without it. He said the dude on the opposite team might go to Michigan. Oh, I love him. Forget him, Amani Bates. He trying to go to Michigan State. Shaq Holmgren. Yeah, we rooting for Shaq, man. I don't care that Ypsilanti losing. He trying to go to Michigan because Amani Bates, he want to, go to Michigan State. Still like the kid. Yeah, them stats crazy. Somebody just popped another one. That boy went out there with the neighborhood kids and competed with some of the best kids in the country. Go get Pee Wee and them. We about to go play Master P team. They should have came out to They should have came out to that, bro. No Limit used to put out an album every day, though. You wake up, it's an album Tuesday, Wednesday. But yeah, let's finish on Tank. Like I said, Mayweather ain't gonna never let Tank. Oh, they coming back. Mayweather ain't gonna never let Tank fight. No fight. Tank ain't gonna be nothing. Tank got all the opponents to be a superstar. He ain't gonna fight him. He ain't gonna never fight Shakur. He ain't gonna never fight Colbert. He ain't gonna never fight Teofimo Lopez. See, Mayweather trying to build a star. Ain't gonna never be no pay-per-view star. And 200,000 and 225,000, you ain't no star. Ain't gonna never be no pay-per-view star at featherweight and lightweight. Never. It's never gonna be a star there. God honest truth. Never gonna be a star there. Never gonna be a star there. Don't nobody care about no small. Don't nobody care about 40 and under. You will never be a star there. And they trying to build him to be a star. Like, oh, come on. Who Tank gonna fight to be a star? If you ain't at welterweight or heavyweight, the chances is you ain't gonna be no pay-per-view star. That's the chances. Base pulling the Jimmy Butler and the third stringers versus starters. No, them boys still in there. Stop it. I don't know. Eddie Hearn ain't trying. Andre need to retire, bro. Tank versus Ryan next. What that prove? Ryan supposed to be fighting Luke Campbell. He might go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Be quiet and go to sleep. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's the biggest duck in the sport. I told him, Leonard duck like me. I didn't have to, fight the best in the world. I told Tank, don't fight no black fighters, okay? Fight the Leo Santa Cruzes. And come on, man. Tank ain't gonna be no star. They wasting their time. Y'all got questions I asked you. They wasting their time. He said Floyd using Tank, that's all. He trying to milk Tank. You said it before. Yeah, that's all he trying to do, milk him. And Tank gonna get beat. Tank gonna get beat by somebody they don't expect. It's gonna be some dude that's gonna get off the boat like Ricardo Mayer gonna beat him. I'm telling you. The guy that somebody gonna beat Tank. Tank gonna live that fighter lifestyle. They're gonna pick a boy out of Dominican Republic, Venezuela. He gonna come off the plane or get off the boat. What's that TV show, Fresh Off the Boat? He gonna be fresh off the boat and he gonna beat him. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Or he gonna lose his career outside the ring. One of the two. They forced Tank on pay-per-view. Good thing Tank is excited. Yeah, I ain't never seen no boring Tank fight. I like him as a fighter. He's a good fighter. I'm just tired of these dudes not being able to test themselves. Floyd hyping Ryan Garcia is Tank De La Hoya fight. What do you say? Floyd hyping Ryan Garcia is Tank's. Oh, you talking about this is Tank? Man, I guess so. I ain't paying for it unless they bust a move. Why don't fight Tio? I don't get it. I kind of cringe when Tank was wearing a Mexican robe. Like, man, this dude's trying to be Mayweather, but the difference is Mayweather jumped from 30, 35, 40, 47, 54. Tank go to 140 pounds. He going to sleep. He said Team Sizzle AAU team comprised of players from Minnehaha Academy. It's the same players from last year except the point guard go to Gonzaga. So they're high school or they're AAU team? Because I remember in AAU, you couldn't have so many teams. You couldn't have so many players from one high school. So I think you should be only have 3 players from one high school. So I don't know if they changed the rules. Because I remember Bill Walker and OJ Mayo was tearing up the high school circuit. Floyd is Tank body card. Yeah. I walk around with 5 bodyguards. And when I'm outside of Vegas, I walk around with 55 bodyguards. Like I said before, he was trying to make a pay-per-view star of a small fighter. I can't remember no small fighter that was producing $1 million pay-per-views. Who? Like I said before, man, he gonna lose to somebody you least expected. And PBC got some of the worst matchmakers in the world. They got some of the worst matchmakers in the world. But Mayweather no boxing though. So, like I said before, he ain't gonna never fight no threat. They wouldn't even let him fight Tevin Farmer. He said, I think he's ready for Tevin Farmer after winning in Baltimore. It's a joke. Tank and Ryan gonna be like $100. I ain't paying for nothing in boxing. If it ain't Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I ain't paying. I don't see no other fight excite me. Maybe playing David Benavidez, but that ain't worth how many pay-per-view stars you seen at super middleweight. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. It's weird because the same high school team from last year, but they ain't like AAU team now. I guess Yeah, I mean, yeah, when the AAU used to couldn't have more than 3 players from high school, I think I could be wrong. He said, yeah, most fighters don't want to fight like Pretty Boy Mayweather before coming. These guys never be Pretty Boy. They never had, Money Man. They never had that type of money. Come on. Canelo probably making $40 million a fight. He still ain't seen $100 million a fight. These dudes ain't trying to fight nobody. If he beat T.O., he is. I mean, maybe, yeah, for sure. He definitely a Hall of Famer with the 5 belts. But they don't believe in him, bro. He was losing to Leo Santa Cruz, in my opinion. He was losing to Leo Santa Cruz. That's all I'm saying. He said Malik Hawkins was getting clipped. Well, they not trying to hype him. Oh, man, I don't know why they put him in there with that kid. That kid had no respect for him after like the second round. I knew Buddy would. It started to turn around the second and third round. I mean, like I said, they don't know how to matchmake, or they purposely matchmaking these guys. They matchmaking these guys to lose because they don't want to pay them. He said Tevin Farmer would have beaten Tank in December when Tank was out of shape. Yep, and Mayweather said that now after he won in Baltimore, Ricky, he was like, "Yeah, I think he ready for Tevin." I'm like, dude, Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather is some clowns sometimes, bro. I be trying to respect black entrepreneurs, but I can't respect no janky promoter stuff. T.O. making moves to career. You ain't lying. T.O. take them how they come. I gotta respect him for that. If you want raw sushi, he eat, and you want fried sushi, he eat it or take it however he can get it. I mean, what's so funny about it? Like, let's go back. C-Dub say, he said, yeah, right. But C-Dub got more confidence in Tank beating Teofimo Lopez than Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby. The fans believe in the fighters more than the fighters believe in themselves. That's the crazy thing about it. He say they not gonna put Tank in a position to catch. You ain't lying. He gonna catch an L when at least expected. Bud Gang's nothing but a name on his resume, Robert Joyner says. He said, no matter of the win will be given credit. Instead of these so-called fans screaming about Bud fighting bums, they need to scream best fight the best. I agree with Robert Joyner. And Errol Spence ain't getting no credit from me, from Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. That's what Keith Thurman did many, many years ago. I'm gonna finish. I was watching Star Wars, the first one on Disney. I'm gonna finish watching that tonight. The same dude killed the guy on ESPN Boxing. No, that wasn't him, was it? No, it wasn't. Was it? I know Malik was going. I don't know. No, we talking about something else. Is that him? I think you're right. You heard about the heavyweight called the Cuban Flash? Yeah, Frank Sanchez. He trained with Canelo trainer. You think he have who you talking about? Frank Sanchez? I thought he trained with Ryan Garcia, didn't he? I'm not sure. He changed his style last fight. So yeah, I think he got a chance. He looked pretty good last fight. Floyd shouldn't have been a buster and had them funds to pay Shakur. I told you he ain't got no money. He going broke right now. You know, I got money. You talking about buying purses? Like, Floyd a simpleton. He ain't no cool dude. I ain't saying I'm the coolest dude in the world, but any dude above 30 flashing a purse, man, I feel bad for him. I do the clown. So you think T.O. beat Tank? And the way they act, yes, I will be pushing for Tank to win, but I really don't care. The way T.O. acting, it's basically whoever can take each other punishment. If it's a fight of attrition, give me Teofimo Lopez. I'm gonna trust his preparation, his discipline. But if it comes down to simply a skill set, Tank got better skills. If it comes down to chin, I don't know. Like it's a fight. I would probably pay to see that fight, to be honest. Just for Tank stepping up, I contribute. Which Porter, and I add that to my Plant and Crawford and Spence list. which Porter chased Bud when he had the WC. They asked him to fight. Bob Arum and them called him to take that fight. Kenny Porter and him say no. Kenny Porter DM'd me on Instagram a few months ago when I said that. He said, I don't know where you getting your information from. I ain't gonna say who he told it to, but I got it from somebody that he talked to. This is my opinion. 30 Q. Tank probably gonna bring up Gary Russell next. His last 5 opponents debuted at 18, 22, 26. I need to see him in there with a real lightweight or a real super featherweight. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Gary Russell. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'll pay for that one too. But yeah, I mean, that is what it is. That is what it is. Let me see what it's over with now. They lost, but I still mess with Obani. That boy go to Michigan though. I'm gonna get his jersey. I'm gonna put his name on the back. Old school on. Oh, Blue, my boy Blue. I love old school, dude. Old school is a classic. That's a CJ class. That might be why Austrian worthy to talk about classic modern day or the last 20 years best comedy. Oh, Indianapolis Colts about to go up. Yep, they up. Yep, they just scored as we turn. I agree. Tank had more skill. I didn't see any of the skill T.O. had versus Loma. Yeah, I agree. Everyone low-key wishing Bud lose. Jose, yeah, you know how that is. That is what it is. Team Sizzle is a Minnehaha Academy. They an AAU team. So a team can play out of state. It's a loophole since Minnesota teams can't travel out of state. Okay. Appreciate that one. Maybe it brings some clarity. Tank versus Russell is a fight for the hood. They ain't doing no fights for the hood. AB the only one fighting for the hood. They ain't doing. PBC do not believe in the black dollar. They ain't doing no fights for the hood. What's that DJ Khaled song? I forget how it go. I forget the song. They had Ace Hood on there too, I think. They ain't doing no fights for the black people. I tell you that right now. I'll be down to jump on that movie live. I mean, for sure, we're going to have to do that. For sure, I'm down on that all day because old school, Step Brothers, Jesus, I can go all day, man. I love Will Ferrell, bro. He was out there jogging. His wife, I think she was on King of Queens. Frank, what are you doing? I absolutely love Will. If Will Ferrell was racist, dude, my heart would be broken, bro. If they told me Will Ferrell was racist, man, our heart would be broken. I love me some Jim Carrey, bro, back in the day. He says, if they said Will Ferrell was good, all right, man, I don't know if I give up Will Ferrell movies, dog. Tom Bennett's gonna be mad at me, bro. My brother, see, I don't care, man. I love Will Ferrell. If they had Will Ferrell be a racist, my heart would be broken. Him, Jerry, Jim Carrey. Jesus, dude. If they say Eddie Murphy was a raccoon, I'd be hurt. I love Raw. Yeah, I'm so good. He had the CBC team of Sierra. It's Sierra Kane with Bronny James. Okay. Oh, Bronny do good. He said T.O. will have nightmares of Tank clipping him back in his head. Better, man, he ain't scared of no Tank. How you gonna defend? I want to ask C-Dub, how you gonna defend Tank? T.O. want to fight. Y'all believe in Tank more than Tank believe in himself. He going street meeting the gym. That was fun. Was it Kicking and Screaming was funny too? The little soccer thing he did. I think the Vedas will fight Josh Warrington. He gonna beat the crap out of Josh Warrington. That boy just now ain't gonna be ton. Oh, Anchorman was hilarious. You ain't lying, bro. We can go on and on about Will Ferrell. I ain't a Will Ferrell movie. Tank had Forsaker problems until he ain't trained for that fight. Yep. Oh, Talladega Nights. That was my movie too. Bake and Shake. What was it? Shake and Bake. He took his wife and everything. I could watch that all day, bro. But let me get off here. It smell like chicken cooking. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Appreciate everybody on Sportscastr for tapping in, man. Y'all can check out my Sportscastr. Link is in the description on YouTube. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's on YouTube for people watching on Streamcastr. I am on YouTube at Goodfellas Sports TV and Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. All the links in the description. Want to make a donation? Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Appreciate it. We gone.